Hello, welcome to another video on the Scouring demo. Today's game is going to be a 4 versus 4 game, but this time it's going to be a first-person point of view where you can actually see what I'm doing in the game instead of watching the replay. And pretty much these are the players here. It's basically like players from the west against the east, I guess. It's a funny way to put it. Pretty much the enemy team is 4 players of all Chinese players. And on my team, I'm playing as the yellow humans. And on the bottom there, the blue player is the orc player. And he's Alman of Assess. And then to the left of me, the purple player is Pinky Code. I think he's playing as orcs. And then to the right of me, the teal player is on Logic. He's playing as the humans. And pretty much here I was kind of in the back. Or like not in the front line. So I'm not going to be attacked first. So I decided to do a 5 swordsmen into a cavalier build. Pretty much just make 5 swordsmen. And then try to save up the rest of your resources to make a lot of cavaliers.
Our people are starving.
And pretty much while you have the time to wait for your stables to be built,
More gold is required.
you can use that time to level up your 5 swordsmen that you have.
Job's done.
Which is pretty much going to give you extra XP and gold.
Our allies' town is under siege.
But I guess yeah, I just saw that the teal player was being rushed by 2 players. And it's just extremely difficult to do much if you're there by yourself. So even though I only had 5 swordsmen, I still tried to maybe send some help to help out as much as I can. But it looks pretty bad. And looks like he might be just eliminated or killed here. Even though we were able to pretty much kill most of these warriors.
More gold is required.
Only now I'm able to start making cavaliers. And I guess hunting down these warriors a little bit, but yeah, they're not gonna get far. And then here we find out that the teal player pretty much has no more wood to make any more buildings. Pretty much no lumber mill and no town hall, so
Our forces are under attack.
pretty much the buildings he has now is pretty much all he has left. And I guess instead of leaving the game, he still soldiers on and continues to fight.
Our allies are under attack.
I guess I just leave my swordsman here to maybe try and help out Teal so his workers don't die to the skeletons there. And then I guess here I saw on the bottom right The teal player and the blue player were attacking the orange player now. And it looked like orange didn't really have much left. So I sent my swordsman to try and help out. And to possibly kill the buildings of orange so that he could be eliminated.
Our town is under siege.
Here, I guess his teammates didn't really want to help him, or maybe they were busy defending themselves from skeletons, and so we were able to avenge the teal player and pretty much eliminate the orange player because he has pretty much no more units left, and my swordsmen are just gonna finish him up eventually.
Our forces are under attack.
You know, I was trying to make a, what do we call it, a smoothie, so that I could upgrade my town hall to tier 3. And then I'll be able to make a
Under attack.
church, so I could get the cure ability, so that my cavaliers could be more useful. And pretty much now I see that purple is under attack.
Our allies' town is under siege.
And I tried to send my cavaliers to try and help them. I was able to save this cavalier as well. But all I can do is send some cavaliers. I don't have any swordsmen.
Our allies
So purple's gonna have a little bit of a hard time fighting off the warriors of the white player. And I guess in the meantime, while we were fighting on the left, blue and teal were on the bottom. I guess just annoying the red player and maybe killing units of the black player. And on the minimap you can see that on the left part of the map, red is advancing towards blue's base, but
are under attack.
I guess I was a little busy trying to look what's over there at purple's base, or on the bottom. And I guess I somehow didn't manage to see the red amount of units there, killing blue's base.
Under siege.
And I guess I was trying to level up my town hall, or upgrade it. Knowing now, I see there's warriors climbing in my barracks. Now I realize that blue's dying there. So only now I sent some troops to try and maybe help out.
Our allies' town is under siege.
And here pretty much red can't really do much else, because my town hall is being upgraded and it can't climb on top of it. So I'm pretty much able to just kill his units and get a good amount of XP by killing them. And purple is pretty much finishing up, killing the rest of these warriors that white sent. Oh, I guess there's wave 2. Let's see, even more warriors. And I guess purple didn't really make any warriors himself, which is why he's gonna have a harder time. And here I saw that blue still had a peasant or a worker left, so
Our allies' town is
tried to send help here to help him rebuild a little bit and to protect his worker. I was struggling to find space to make a church, but I eventually find it. And here I leave a cavalier to protect the worker. I pretty much send the rest of my forces to help out the purple player.
Our allies' town is under siege.
And then this part of my base on top usually gets a lot of skeletons, but if you place those 2 farms there, the place should be very safe. And here, pretty much no logic, the teal player lost all of his archers, and he just has 2 farms and a barracks. So the best he can do now is just make all the swordsmen
More gold
to maybe get some levels on him and help out that way, I guess. But blue was able to actually get a farm. He started making a town hall, so blue is actually gonna be able to rebuild over time, but it's gonna be a little slow because he lost most of his workers. And here I take out this outpost so that I could potentially take away my cavalier there, so I wouldn't have to defend this base in case the bandits want to climb down and kill blue's workers. Here there was a lot of warriors here. I didn't really know who to run down, but I saw white was running here, and it was a great opportunity to catch his warriors and take care of them so that they wouldn't give trouble to the purple player. And here I saw that red skipped the rest of the buildings of blue. Just tried to go on top of my castle.
Our allies
And I guess he was thinking he was gonna take it down, but by now I have a good amount of swordsmen. Around 4 who are pretty high leveled. And on top of that, my cavaliers have the cure ability, which means that I can just heal my swordsmen. And they're pretty much never gonna die. And even if your swordsmen are just higher level by just 1 level, the fighting is just very unfair. The enemy warriors are just gonna get slaughtered. So that's why it's important to have just a few swordsmen or warriors to level up to level 2 or level 3. So that way they're able to defend your high ground buildings. And that's so that you can be sure to actually continue on with no troubles.
Our allies' town is under siege.
And there we saw Teal was leveling up his swordsman. You can just repeatedly kill wolves and let them respawn. So that way you can actually get auto level 2 or level 3 swordsmen. They're going to be very good at fighting in general. And also he has a barracks, so he can potentially get the barge ability, which just costs 400 gold. Which means that his high level swordsman can actually fight very well against low tier, I guess, cavaliers or munchers, and pretty much other swordsmen or warriors. And here I guess I was a little sloppy. I just kept my whole group of units here at one place instead of splitting them up a little bit so that my base would be safer, but I guess I wasn't really sure what to do because I didn't know if they're gonna go to the left or attack to the right.
Our allies are under attack.
And here I notice the army of red trying to go towards my base again. But I guess he remembered that Teal was still alive, I think. And that he didn't really have any success killing my base.
Research complete.
So he went to kill the Teal player. And I told the Teal player to go on top of his own barracks. Because if you have more swordsmen on top of your barracks, then all the other warriors that are going to try to climb up are always going to lose. Because they're just never going to be able to kill any defending swordsman. So by the time one warrior climbs, he just gets slaughtered by 5 swordsmen hitting him at one time. And here again I was a little sloppy. Right off those archers on the right barracks. Could have used them to defend that base on the right.
Our forces are under attack.
But I guess I was just trying to maybe do too much. I didn't really focus on just trying to make my base safe. Here's why I was still losing workers here, which is super annoying. Because if I do swordsmen would take the attention of the skeletons by now. But I guess you have to micro a little more. And now I begin the production of all the swordsmen. So I already have about a group of cavaliers.
Our forces are under attack.
And cavaliers alone are not that great at attacking defensive positions, or I guess buildings. And just having a single group of swordsmen is gonna greatly help them out when attacking fortified positions. But of course you need the shield ability or defense for your swordsmen. Because without it, they're not going to be that good at attacking archers. They're going to be on top of barracks or other high ground buildings. And here I pretty much could have went left or right. And kill whichever player on the bottom. So I just asked my team. And I guess purple was the first to fight. So I decided to go left to kill the white player first. But I didn't really buy potions for all of my units. I think about half of my cavaliers don't have any potions. But a good most of my swordsmen do, so I guess they'll need them more than the cavaliers. And here I saw that white was starving, so but that was a great time to attack. Even though the purple player is not with me at the moment, but I guess I could easily attack by myself here. Because I just saw there was just an army of punchers. And we can see here that there's no warriors or archers, so it should be extremely easy to attack. And here we are fighting these enemies. They're beginning to send some reinforcements, but all my cavaliers are just unstoppable now. you know, my swordsmen are just gonna be taking care of these high ground buildings very quickly.
Our forces are under attack.
And I guess instead of going to the next player, I decide to finish off white and then move on to the black player's base.
Our allies are under attack.
And here I saw that red was actually running for my base. So I asked Teal to help me out because he had a swordsman, so that would be perfect opportunity for him to help. So he would be able to fight these warriors on top of my buildings. I was trying to make some swordsmen myself, but I guess it will take some time before that would happen, or before I had a good amount of them. But I guess, of course, I was microing my swordsman, buying some potions. And here I realized my army finally made it here. And I move in my swordsman to take care of the cannons, so that they wouldn't be firing anymore. And it's a good tactic to take away your archers away from the buildings that don't have a swordsman yet. You can always send them in forward when your swordsmen are distracting the units on top. Because if they're not distracting the archers or cannons, then they're going to be the #1 targets that are going to be blasted away by the cannons and archers. As they like to target units that are a bit farther away from the barracks. And here we're pretty much attacking the final player, red player.
Our forces are under attack.
And I guess this was a little interesting game where the teal player pretty much lost everything. He just had a barracks and some farms. And he still was able to help out a lot by just making on a swordsman and just fighting on. And pretty much the game's gonna end. Red's gonna surrender now. Anyways, this is the end of the video. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos on the Scouring demo, then you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.